Hey, welcome to my channel, Conversations with Jazz. Today I am doing a review on Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 25. For this video, I also will not be on camera, but again, I will have the pictures up so you can see the couples that I am talking about. So let's get started. So we're going to start with Tenny and Rob. So Kate and Tenny are still at the restaurant. Tenny is upset because Kate keeps mentioning Rob's ex-girlfriend. Kate says, "But we're talking," as she has a smirk on her face. Kate says, "We can talk." Tenny says, "If we leave Rob's ex-girlfriend out of this, because I have done things for Rob that the ex would have never thought of." Kate says, "Well, sit down and tell me this. Then I can have a better understanding." Tenny says, "I don't even want to do this now." And she's shaking. She's so mad right now. Kate says, "At the end of the day, we have to deal with each other. So tell me how you're feeling and maybe I'll switch the way I feel." Tenny starts crying because she didn't know she was going to walk into that statement, meaning the ex-girlfriend. Kate says, "We both have a lot of hurt bottled up. I didn't want to shoot you. I wasn't trying to shoot you. I was just trying to express how I feel." Lies. You was definitely trying to shoot her, okay? Tenny says, "Coming with a loaded gun and telling me you wasn't trying to shoot me is a bit," and she didn't say anything, but to me what she wanted to say is a bit fucked up is what she wanted to say. Tenny says, you can feel the way you want to feel right now, but for the last 5 years, it's been me and my kids up and down that highway eating food from vending machines." She also said, of all the times Kate and Rob have not been talking, she is the one who told him to reach out. Kate said, "I didn't know that. And that's what I need. I need you to feed me this." Tenny says she started a petition for Rob's freedom because his sentence was excessive and out of pocket. Rob has been incarcerated for 16 years for armed robbery. This was his first offense and he has no prior convictions. Tenny says she only received 3,000 signatures for the petition and that Kate didn't even help with the petition and didn't sign it. Tenny says, "So when you come in my face to say what the ex did and what I didn't, you walk out of here still feeling that way." Kate looks so satisfied that she has gotten up under Tenny's skin. That's just how I see it. Kate says she was wrong for doing what she did because she didn't know. She says she's not perfect and she comes from a fucked up background. Tenny said she does also. Tenny says she has experienced ups and downs with her kids and that her daughter's dad passed away when she was 1 year old and that her son's father is non-existent. Tenny said they did the best they could before Rob came along. Kate says she knows she sounds like her kids better take care of her, but she said no. But she says she does feel that if they are in a position where they can help, she feels like they should help her. I do agree with that. I don't see anything wrong with Rob helping out his mom. That's his mom. I mean, I think anybody, if they had the money, they're going to help out their mother. Tenny says she understands that. Kate said Tenny made a good point and has really been there for Rob, and that the things Tenny did herself as a mother has not done. She says she has not been up and down that highway like Tenny has. Kate says since they are going to try and work through the process of them getting along, she said tell Rob to up them coins. He can up that 100 to at least 175. Tenny says she got it. Kate says she might like her. She might. But she doesn't know if they are there yet. Back at Tenny's house, she is talking to herself in the kitchen, basically saying she should have just said no, but she was trying to do the right thing. Tenny is still upset about what happened with his mom, and she feels it's bullshit that he hasn't called or checked on her, even to see how it went. But it's okay, because this is going to piss him off, and he won't have to worry about her or what she's doing. She then proceeds to delete Rob off of her cameras, and she'll let him back on when she feels like it. She said usually she never unplugs the cameras, but she is really upset. She says she doesn't know if he knew his mom was going to act like that, but he knows his mom is crazy, and she knew it was a mistake too, and she should have never gone. The next day, Rob calls to say, "What happened with the internet? are you going to call the internet people to see why I can't access the cameras today? She said, I know why you don't have access, and it doesn't have anything to do with the internet. Rob said, I'm lost. She said, I kicked you off the cameras because I wanted a night to myself. He said, are you serious right now? She said, have you talked to your mom? Or do you want to know how things went? He said, was it not good? Tenny said, no. Tenny said, your mom took it upon herself to make it very clear that she would rather you be with your ex. He said, hold on, my ex? He proceeds to say he met his ex on a prison site and that they were in a relationship for 7 years and that they were excessively communicating when Tenny came into the picture, but they were also having differences. But Tenny stole the show. He said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry on my mom's behalf if what you're telling me really happened. Ninja, what? Did you just say that? Okay. Tenny said, what you mean if that's what happened? That's what happened. Tenny said she also let me know something I personally didn't know is that you give her an allowance every week. And she said it's not enough and she wants more. Tenny also said, from my understanding, we share everything with each other, and to find this out from Kate when she was throwing it in my face, what else are you not telling me? Tenny said, I feel like we don't talk about nothing anymore. Rob said, we're going to talk about it when I get there. Just hold on. Tenny said, why not now? What's wrong with now? Rob said he hasn't been completely honest with his wife. He said he has a tattoo of his ex on his arm that Tenny knows nothing about. He doesn't know how to tell her, and that he'll get it covered up before he gets home, or he'll deal with it then. He said he always hides that arm from her, even when he's shirtless. Tenny said, do you plan on fixing this situation with your mom before you come home? Because you're about 3 weeks away, and how do you think it's going to play out? Rob said he wanted to talk to his case manager, and that if he takes parole, he can come home when he's supposed to, but he'll still have to check in, take piss tests. He said the greater advice from his case manager is to not take parole and get out later. He said, is everything okay? Tenny said, not really. Exactly when are you coming home? He said, in 2 months. Tenny said, why didn't we discuss this before you made this decision? He said, I felt like it was a decision we all would have agreed on. He said he was thinking they both want to travel the world, and how can he travel if he takes parole? Tenny said another 60 days, about 8 weekends worth of visiting. She said that's always tough for them. It's already been 5 years, and she doesn't want to go through that anymore. She said she just planned so much, and she had Shy, who was her daughter, thinking he was going to be at her birthday party. And it's going to be real disappointing, not just for her, but for the kids also. He said he's coming home. It's just a little longer than expected. Tenny said she feels when you meet people in the world, you run more off of lust than you do love. She said love is grown, and when you meet people physically, you forget to plant those little seeds like communication, trust, commitment, and you forget to water them and give them sunlight. She feels like with Rob, they had time to do those things because they removed the physical, and the fact that he didn't tell her about everything makes her feel extremely disappointed. Tenny, I need you to cut Rob loose. I just feel like I think this is going to be a hot mess of a relationship. I feel like he is, I don't know, it's screaming narcissistic for me. The things that he does. He knew you were meeting his mom, and he knows how his mom is, and he didn't even call you just to see how it went. I don't know. I don't like it. And I bet you he's still talking to that ex-girlfriend. But I guess we will see in the next episode. Alright, next up we got Ayanna and Jamal. Oh, Lord. So Ayanna is at her house getting everything together to go to Lancaster. Ayanna's friend Lexi comes in and asks her if this is the last time she is coming to her apartment. Ayanna said yeah, it will be the last time in her house before she goes to jail. Ayanna has 2 days before her jail sentence. Ayana cleans the fridge and takes the trash out. Ayana is more concerned about her phone calls with Jamal than she is about spending time with her children. Like, what the hell? So Ayana said she's going to court in a couple days to be sentenced to see if she's going to do 15 or 90 days. Ayana is going to Lancaster to see her family. She has to make sure her kids are straight. She has to make sure there's money for her son to go school shopping. And to make sure Jamal has money. What the hell? Okay. She said she put money on a card for Jamal. And she's going to give him $100 a week. She's going to give him $200 to last for 2 weeks. Girl. Why? Why do you feel like you have to give this man money? Anyway. She says she keeps saying 2 weeks because she's trying to speak it into existence instead of 90 days. Ayana's friend said, you just have enough for 2 weeks, but what if it's more than 2 weeks? Ayana says she'll leave the money for it. Girl, so you mean to tell me you got, let me see, it's 4, okay, so 4, 8, you got $1,200 to send this dude if you're in for 90 days? Miss me with that one. She said when Jamal needs money on his books, he's going to make it known he needs money on his books. And he's going to keep reminding you he needs money on his books. Well, Jamal would just be needing money on his damn books then. Because to hell with that. She goes to put money on a card, and she said thinking about not talking to her man is real upsetting because they talk all day, every day. She says she hopes Jamal and her can keep their connection together. Ayana's friend said, wait, you have your court date and your visit to see Jamal on the same day? And then the next day you're going to jail? Ayana said yes. She said she has a visit to see her man for the first time since he's been incarcerated. She said even though she has the court on the same day, she's ready to miss it. She said she's ready to go on the run because she's got to see her man. Girl, Jamal calls and Ayana's friend Lexi has some questions for him. She said, so y'all taking this real serious, huh? Jamal says, yeah, for sure. We all the way locked in. Lexi says, this is crazy because y'all only been talking a couple of months and haven't even been in a relationship on the outside yet. Jamal says, we have been around each other more than enough time to know if we compatible. Yeah, while you was with her best friend, right? Let me find out. Y'all was giving each other googly eyes across the room and shit. Lexi says, I don't know. It just seems too soon, you know? I've seen my friend be in a few relationships that she swore were so solid. So I'm just making sure you're the right one. Jamal says, I ain't gonna break her heart. I can give you my word on that. Girl. Okay. Lexi said, we'll see. Yeah, I'm with you, Lexi. We'll see. Ayana takes the phone and Jamal says to her, just tell Lexi to get ready to be a bridesmaid. Ayana said, period. That's right, Daddy. Oh my God. I love you. Period. I am like, what the hell is going on here? And it's crazy. Lexi said, this is a crazy fucking mess. But she's on the phone, like, with her man, like, everything is just so effing great. Lexi said Ayana is delusional, and she feels like when men are incarcerated, they give you this fairy tale story. She doesn't think he's talking to anyone else right now, but that doesn't mean he won't try to fill that void when she's gone. Thank you. Because that's exactly what he's going to do. Ayana tells Lexi they have to hurry up because she has a video visit with him in 3 minutes. Girl, you need to worry about spending time with your kids. Lexi looking at her like, girl, please. Ayana is at her mom's house. She's on the phone with Jamal. She says hi to her son and gives him a kiss. Ayana said her son lives with her mom in Lancaster because when she was 17 and battling postpartum depression, she wasn't stable enough to be a mom. And as he got older, he got comfortable being with her mom. He said her son still sees her, she still loves him, and he loves her to death. He's just not physically in her household. So Ayana goes upstairs in the bathroom while she's still on the phone with Jamal. The stuff she is doing in that bathroom on the video chats. Like, girl. Ayana said she is so addicted to sex so bad, and she tells Jamal she cannot wait and just wants him to come home. She said, I want to be a slut for you. He said, of course, you my slut. My soon-to-be wife. And she said, you're forever hoe? Girl. Oh my God. I mean, it's a mess. But I have faith. I think she'll pull through. And she'll, you know. She just gotta find the worth, that's all. So she tells him her lawyer called and had to switch dates. And it's the day she's supposed to see him. He said, damn, Boopy, I'm about to miss you. Because listen, this is our last visit until you go do this little dumbass bid. We don't even know if it's about to be 3 months. That's crazy. Like, we got some shit to figure out. Ayana says, like you not calling nobody. He said, calling nobody? I'm going to get on the phone, but I'm not talking to no other female. But see, my thing is, like, this shit is going to be rough. Just all around the board. Because I'm already locked up. Ayana said she loves Jamal to death, but she knows he's a ladies' man. And she be a little bit jealous. Jamal said Ayana is his peace of mind. He said she keeps him sane. He says, so now we got to sit and figure out how we going to keep each other sane being in the same situation. Ayana said if she found out Jamal was talking to another woman, she might be in jail for longer than 2 weeks. Jamal said shit is about to get real. Later that night, Ayana and her kids are doing TikTok dances in the kitchen. In the confessional, Ayana says she's about to go to jail in a couple of days for her DUI charge for being high. Driving. She said the stupidest, dumbest charge they ever came up with in America. Oh my God. It's kind of giving like, girl, are you slow? You know, to put it plain. I'm just saying. She said if her mom can't take a mirror, she doesn't know what she's going to do. Ayana asked her mom if she can take a mirror. Ayana's mom said, this is your second DUI. And at some point, you got to get your life together. Ayana said, my life is together. Ayana's mom continues and says, because here's the thing. It's okay when you want to do your shit and it only affects you. But when it affects other people and involves other people and spills into other people's lives, it becomes a problem. She said, I had 2 kids out of high school and I still did it. She said, I work full time and now, depending on how long you're going to be in there, I'm going to have to take days off. And I'm not going to get paid for those days and I still have a whole household to run. Ayana said, how do you think I feel about it? I'm irritated. You think I want to leave my daughter and my son and go to jail? No. You think I want to do all of this? Ayana's mom said, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I feel like you're not really hearing me when you do that. Ayana said, Mom, it's out of my control. Like, what do you want me to do? You're getting mad at me like I can control this. Ayana's mom said, stop doing dumb shit. Seriously. Ayana said, I can't control somebody giving me a DUI for being high driving. I never knew that shit happened. Girl, what? What do you mean you never knew? Yo, slow. She's slow. Ayana's mom said, yeah, driving high. Ayana said, I already know that. Ayana's mom said, yeah, but you acting like it's nothing. Ayana said, no, I don't act like it's nothing. So then Ayana's mom said, well, you got to be more responsible because I'm not always going to be here to pick up the pieces. Ayana said, well, you need to be. You're my mom. Girl, your mom, she really ain't got to do shit but stay black and die. But let's continue on. Ayana's mom said when it comes to her grandkids, she's always going to be there. But it gets to a point where enough is enough and that Ayana is selfish. She said, I'm going to be supportive, but not to pick up all your pieces. This bitch gonna say, that's what my man is coming home for. Girl, go to jail. And that was the end of their storyline. Now we have Rick, who is 58 and retired, and Samantha, who is 56, and she's in for a felony DUI. So Rick is shopping with his nieces, Veronica and Diana, and Samantha calls. Rick said Sam and him have been dating for 3 months and that they reconnected after 35 plus years. Rick's niece, Diana, asked if they went to school together. And Rick says yes. She was chasing me in 2nd grade. He said connecting that way is special. He says Sam and him were together in high school, but it was nothing serious. He said he was accused of being a ladies' man and flirtatious, but there was always something special about Sam. He says she's very pretty, beautiful. Her sense of humor, he likes the little banter type stuff. He said after he got divorced, he tried finding her on the internet. And the first thing that popped up was that she's on a pen pal site. Sam says she got hit with 3.5 years for a felony DUI and that alcohol has always been a problem off and on. But is excited Rick is back in her life. Rick said he reached out to Sam, wrote a letter, and she got it. Sam said she got a manila envelope on her bunk. Rick said, "You got what I sent you, right? For the trust deal." All the while, his nieces are looking at each other like, what the hell? Sam said, yeah. Then says, okay, I'll let you go and I'll call you later. As soon as he gets off the phone, his nieces are like, what trust account? And how much money do you send her? He said, don't worry about it. Not much. Veronica said, what do you mean, don't worry about it? He said, okay, we're here to look at clothes. Diana said, are you hiding something? He is totally ignoring them. Meanwhile, both Diana and Veronica said, what trust is she talking about? He said, it's just to help her out. It's not much, $1.25, to use for commissary. Rick said he doesn't have children, but his nieces are kind of like kids to him. But they can be busybodies and a little nosy. His niece Veronica, who is a correctional officer, says she's a little concerned because at work she's reading everybody's emails and everything they're sending. He said, you get to do that? She said that's her favorite thing because while an inmate is talking to his wife, he's also talking to another lady and she's sending him money and all of a sudden she has a kid. So that's her concern. Rick said, I can see where you're coming from. Veronica said she would hate for him to get walked on. Rick said up until 2.5 years ago, he was drinking a lot. He said he would drunk dial, drunk text, had blackouts, and finally he decided it was time to get some help. He said no more drinking. Veronica said she's worried Sam will get him back to the way he was. Diana said there was a moment they thought they would lose him when he was going through withdrawals. Diana said, do you see a future with her? He said, I better, because I'm going to marry her, and that's why I'm supporting her. Veronica said, did you tell her that already? Rick said, yes. Yes, I did. Rick starts crying, and Veronica asks him, are you nervous? And he said, a little bit. Veronica said, well, that's a lot of bombs you just dropped. And that was the end of their segment until the next episode. Now we have Joey and Michael. Joey is in his room and he has 5 minutes until his video call. He said last night it came out that he relapsed with Michael. He said he's not happy with how it made his family feel. He said he knows they're upset and it sucks and that's why he didn't tell them. He didn't want to see that disappointment in their face again. Michael comes on the video chat and tells Joey it was a big fight. Joey asked him how he felt about meeting his family. He said he couldn't really hear them, but he knew they were saying nice things because he thought it was going to be hard. He said, but what a rough way to meet his family, but it's alright. Joey said it got interesting after the call. Joey said they know about his relapse, and Michael said, oh shit. Michael said, why did you say that? Joey said, well, my sister did. Michael said, I would have never done that. Joey said, yeah, it was rough. Michael said, do they want to blame it on me? Joey said, no. Joey said, no, they don't. It's not your deal, it's me. And they're just worried. Michael said he could understand if they did and how it would look that way. Michael also said, yeah, you got over it, you were fine, right? Joey said, yeah. Joey said sometimes he worries about himself. He worries about if Michael gets actively back with the drugs, because right now where he's at, he's pretty raw with his own stuff. Michael said he can see why they will worry. You don't want to wind up in here. Joey said he can't go down that road with him, and he hopes he won't. Michael starts coughing, saying pepper spray. They make somebody in here, continues coughing. Joey said, well, this call's getting ready to cut, and he just told Michael to give him a call. Joey said it's frustrating dating a prisoner. It's the 15-minute phone calls or the 30-minute video visits. He said he can't work on communication skills where he's currently at. Michael calls and says, what are you wearing? Do you miss me? Joey says, I do. Yeah. Joey then says, do you really know your release date? Michael said he has to go before pre-board in 3 months and parole board in 6 months. Joey said he feels like he's not getting a straight answer. He said first he said up to a year, but after court maybe 6 months. But he wants to know the worst case scenario, because if it's 5 years, he may not be there. Maybe that's why he's not telling him. Michael said Joey asked him way too many questions about stuff that just goes in a circle that he probably already knows the answer to. Michael said he hasn't been completely honest with Joey, and that he could potentially be in prison for another 6 years. Joey, go find you another man and leave Michael sitting in that jail right where he's at, and he can find somebody else to send him $50 a week. Alright, next we have Shantae and True. At the prison, True says, welcome to my kitchen. He said he's in class Monday through Thursday. He said he learned how to make curry sweet chicken, lasagna, and biscuits. And said Shantae better step up her seasoning game. Shantae said her and True's goal is to run a restaurant together, and that she is nervous and excited about it. She said the restaurant was her idea, and she's always wanted to open one. She said she knows the ins and outs of running someone else's restaurant, but that's someone else's blueprint, not hers. Shantae arrives at Fanny's restaurant, which is, I believe she said, a Nigerian restaurant. And Fanny is the lady who will be advising Shantae about opening a restaurant. Shantae says she wants to start her business within the next year after True gets out, and that she'll need to take a bank loan out for $100K to start the restaurant. So basically, you already are paying $5,000 on 2 houses waiting for your house to sell in Kansas. Then you're also thus far spending $30,000 on this man in jail that you don't even know. And now you're talking about taking out a loan for $100K? Girl. She said her goal was to not start a business until she had $25,000 saved up. She said that money had been stolen from her, so she's starting back at square one. While Shantae is sitting down with the advisor, True calls. Shantae asked True, is there anything you want to ask Fanny, the advisor? He said, how long did it take before you started to see a profit? Fanny said, 2 years. True said, that's a long time. He hopes it kicks off within a few months. Shantae tells Fanny she's not worried about the profit. She wants to do something that she's passionate about. But the problem is, she's doing business with someone who's going to be freshly out of jail that has been in for 12 years. Fanny said if he has a passion for food and loves doing it, it probably would be a good idea, but she wouldn't have any partners. Fanny said people come and go, people's intentions change when money is involved, and that whatever she does If it's her dream and her passion, make sure half of it is hers. Because when they leave, they're not taking everything you worked hard for. Shantae meets up with her later. Later that night, Shantae meets up with her stepbrother Fred. Fred comes in limping with a cane. Shantae said, "What happened to you?" He said his boss dropped a 75-pound magnet on his foot at work. Shantae said her and Fred fell out because one day, when she came back home, there was $5,000 missing out of her safe. She said the only people in the house was Fred and her kids, so she knows he stole it. She wants to get the money back that was stolen to use towards the restaurant. Fred asked her, "What is really going on? How you been?" She said the only thing she can say is that they have to rebuild their relationship and see if she'll get her money back. Fred said the whole money thing. I wasn't in the house and I wasn't around that time. He said you was in and out the house still. Fred said, "I never seen your safe, but I know you told me about it. I know you was telling me you were trying to build money to open up a restaurant. Why would I take that from you?" He said it hurts to know his sister doesn't have enough trust in him, which is his fault too, because he has been in and out and he was dealing with addiction, but he didn't take anything from his sister. True calls and tells him she's at the coffee shop with Fred. True said, "Are you going to give that money back that you took from her?" Fred said, "I know you ain't happy with me, but no matter. If my little sister believes in her heart that I took money from her, which I know that's bogus as hell." True said, "All right, listen, man. When me and Shantae get out, like she's in jail with him or something," he said, "we got plans. I don't know what was happening when you paroled to her crib, but some shit went down and you got to make it right." Fred said, "No doubt. Because one day, eventually, you're going to be my brother-in-law, right? We can't be having beef and all that going on. You know what I'm saying? When you come home, I do got something in store for you. It might not be much, but I know that ain't going to change the fact that you probably can't trust me." True said, "Do the right thing." And he basically told Shantae he got to go and that he would call her later. True said he knows some shenanigans went on. Here's Fred's chance right now to come clean about everything. But the conversation went nowhere. Fred said, "I don't want you to think I'm bashing True, but I know True, and I really feel like you don't know True." And he feels like Shantae doesn't know what she's getting herself into. Shantae said, "Then why would you hook us up?" Fred said, "I just wanted you to have a life, have somebody to talk to." Shantae said nothing makes her want to slow anything down, and it's going to take a lot for her to trust Fred. But in the back of her mind, what does he know that he's not telling her about True? Fred said he's surprised he made it this far because she don't mess around. Shantae said, "For future reference, leave me in my book." I don't know what that means. Fred said the book has changed now. It's a whole new ball game. And that was it for their segment. I don't know what the hell they are talking about, but I'm going to figure this out. Now I'm anxious to see what's going to happen in this next episode because I want to know, Fred, what do you know about True? Because now you got inquiring minds that want to know. I know I want to know. But anyway, y'all, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Until next time, bye.